Hey, this will be a video chart that covers the oil sector, and I will be using the USO as the vehicle which I'll cover it with. There's many ways you can play oil, and if you want to play it in the form of a stock, the USO is one of your options. So the first thing that I always like to point out when I do this chart is when you look over here, yes, these prices do not correspond with the actual price per barrel, but the key thing here is that patterns and price action, because if you were to pull up the normal crude oil chart that you'd see, the pattern is going to look relatively the same. So want to get that out of the way first. Sure, it's not exactly what you normally see on the news where they're talking about price per barrel, but this is what I like to use to follow it. And at the end of the day, it's all about the price action and patterns that are forming. So with that being said, we still have about 10 minutes left, so you will see this candle move around and you will be seeing this price here fluctuate. But that is because the market's not quite closed, but with only 10 minutes left, I feel confident that not too much is going to change. So looking here down at volume, you can see that oil has taken yet another beating today, and with the candle that's going to be taking shape, maybe it's some sort of capitulation, but at the same time, it's not like we're getting a hammer candle or a doji or anything like that. So it's not too kind of confidence inspiring in terms of thinking, well, maybe this is a bottom forming with a capitulation day, being that it's still a relatively big solid red candle. So if someone were to ask me, do I think this was a capitulation day? Based off the volume, possibly, but based off the candle, no, not at all. So I think it's got some downside left to it. Maybe it's starting to ease up here. You can see it's had about 5 red days in a row, and so far this week, really been taking a beating. But we are approaching a level of support that has held it multiple times now, and that's one reason why this could potentially be a bottom. So you can see right here, we had a previous high back in early September, and although the price didn't quite hit it, you can see when it broke above, nice move, came back down, and like I said, didn't quite hit it, and now we're starting to approach this area again. One thing to remember is that supports and resistance levels are not exact specific prices. They are zones, areas, webs, however you want to think of them, but they are not some exact price. And with this is why I think there could be some more downside. I could see maybe it coming down here and maybe forming a candle, something like that, where it drops down and then comes back up and tries to hover right around this area of support. But if it doesn't, then things could really get interesting. And I'm for one that I want to see oil, the lower the better as far as I'm concerned. But at the same time, it's so closely tied to the market that if the market takes a beating, that usually means that oil's taking a beating. So it's kind of a catch-22. You're paying for cheaper prices at the pump, but then again, your investments and stuff like that are going down. But I wouldn't mind seeing it pull back some more here, especially come the holidays. I don't want to be paying ridiculous gas prices and all that. But if this level cannot hold, the next area of support that I'm looking at is right down around here. You can see this was a previous area of support. It came up here, and then you can see hovered right around this area. So this would be another potential price target if the above area cannot hold. And if it gets below down here, I'm sure I'll be back to update where the other support areas are. In terms of resistance levels, the two key ones right now are going to be this purple line here, which is the 50-day simple moving average. But the one that I would like to see try to maintain and not let the price back above is this orange line, because that's a 200-day simple moving average. You can see that 3 times back in September and October, the price denied it. However, you do see the results of, when this resistance is broken, it really catapulted it up there pretty quickly. And now we're seeing the flip side. When it has not held as support, it's pulling back pretty quickly. So if it does bounce back up, hopefully this can deny it like it did these 3 times in the past. If not, then I would expect a bigger move up to at least retest these highs up here. But for right now, things are looking good depending on what your viewpoint is. For me, like I said, I want to see oil fall, so this is looking good to me. But if you're somebody who's long or who has calls or something like that, then this isn't probably looking too favorable for you. So I guess it's all a matter of perspective. If there are any other questions on the chart or oil or anything like that, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook, and with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from penny stocks up to big boards. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. It is all free. We've been making some good money together on our alerts, so I'd encourage you to head to the website, sign up, and see what it's all about. One more time, this was the USO, which monitors the oil sector. Thanks for listening.